Hey everyone, welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk to you guys about if being a teacher's assistant is easy to get or if it's hard to get. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sierra and I teach in kindergarten, and I've also taught in first grade, and I've also taught in special ed. So I am on my journey to getting my degree. Yes, it has taken longer than expected just because I have put it off and just continued to sit around and be a teacher's assistant. But it gives me great experience, and it also gives me great things to be able to come and tell you all. So I ran across a comment that asked if it's easy to be hired as a teacher's assistant with very little experience. It is. At the end of the day, most people do want to see that you have that background when wanting to teach children or work with children, I should say, but you don't have to have much experience. I, on the other hand, was hired in the position of a thing called BEST. And the BEST program was part of special ed, and it was a program of students, particularly like 5 or 6 when I first started, that had behavioral issues and sometimes needed to be removed from the class and into a smaller setting and things like that. So I did that for 2 years, and then I finally just spoke up, used my voice and said, hey, I'm on the path to getting my degree, and I want to figure out what it's really going to be like coming into a teacher's position, not a teacher's assistant, but a teacher, where you're doing the lesson plans, you're creating the slideshows for the day, you're actually going by the curriculum that your city or state or county is going by. So my boss was okay with it, and I had already had a little bit of experience due to the fact that I had got my degree in early childhood education. So, working my way up, that is the reason why I transferred into being a teacher's assistant. So either way, I feel like it wouldn't have been hard. Yes, they do look for people first who have that experience with children, but not necessarily all the time. It is very much trainable to come in and be a teacher's assistant because of the things that you're doing. So being a teacher's assistant, you're literally in the classroom with that teacher all day. You're doing, let's just say, morning meeting, sometimes like you're either gonna, be in it, like joining it, or you're gonna be teaching it some mornings. It's just because like the other teacher might be out, so the actual main teacher. But I also know that, like you'll be covering like lunch duty, you will be going with them to their specials, whether they have art, music, library, things like that. So also you're mostly with them all day long except like the 30 minutes. So you do, just want to make sure like you have a good rapport with children, and that, like there's nothing bad on your record. Otherwise, I really feel like you would get the job. Being a teacher's assistant is one of the best things that I could have honestly done. I, had a passion for teaching 3 and 4 year olds, and then my passion just, shifted to older, and honestly, the only grades that I would ever teach in would be kindergarten and first. Nothing higher at the moment. My mind hasn't wandered, but a teacher's assistant is just someone who spends most of the day in the classroom and, does not have to do any lesson planning. So you don't have to have a degree in that. And then, of course, you don't have to teach the material unless you and the teacher that you're working with sit together and figure out, hey, can you lead this today? I want to get some math assessments done, or I want to get some literacy assessments done. That's the only time. So I honestly would say it's going to be very easy to get the job if you are wanting to apply for a teacher's assistant. And if you are, do it. I highly encourage you to do it. And of course, everybody is different, but I do think that getting your foot in the door to become a teacher's assistant is the best way to become a teacher. And it's the best way to get yourself in there and understand what it's really like and what, like is really going on throughout the day as far as your times, their times, helping them to learn and things like that. So I hope that this helped out each and every one of you who are watching. And if you have any questions or comments, comment down below and I would be glad to answer those for you the best way that I can.